How does it feel to lose yet again? This is 2 times in one day you lost to me. That's the sad. That's why you're upset.
You got to admit that she cheated, right?
Bust it.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Geek Cast. I am Bobby, the Geek Guru, and I am joined once again from my buddy in the UK, Toby. Toby, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you, Bobby.
And now, people that are watching this already realize there's something different going on. Like there's these women next to us, and
ladies, thank you.
So, my wife Toni has joined us this week, and Toby's wife Karina has joined us this week. How are you two doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm fabulous.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Both Karina and Toni both have YouTube channels. For those that don't know, Toni is the working housewife on YouTube. Karina has a channel called Karina's Fancies, where it's basically they're kind of similar channels. They're kind of like beauty and stuff that guys don't care about. I mean, but you know, it's basically like they do shopping hauls and things of that nature and all that. So if you have girlfriends and wives, definitely send them over to those channels, and you guys should be checking it out too, because you guys need help with organizing and
need
stuff
to
like
watch
that.
us too.
So we are going to start off this episode like we do every episode with our geek outs. So Karina, we're going to throw you on the spotlight. What are you geeking out about this week?
All right. Well, I'd say looking forward to the new series of Doctor Who. Can't wait for that. So I think it's going to be really good, this series.
Doctor what?
Doctor Who.
Isn't that the show you don't like, Toby?
I love Doctor Who. Screw you, sabotage me on the podcast and everything.
No, we
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was saying this earlier because we were, we discussed this earlier. Toby and I, like, I'm not even like. There's people that tell me like I should watch Doctor Who. We're telling us we should watch it.
I don't watch it.
Yeah, because you're into time travel.
I'm into time travel.
Yeah,
like,
so
big.
My thing is like I don't know where is a good jumping off or jumping in point. Like, here's my question: is every single season a different Doctor, or do they go like a couple seasons and then they'll change Doctors up?
So they have one Doctor who is like they have numbers. So, like, the 9th Doctor is the 9th Doctor since the series started. Yes. And he might have 2 or 3 seasons, and then they regenerate. So they basically die and get reborn into a new version of themselves.
But, okay, is it essentially the same person?
Like, does he have memories of...
Yeah, he's got memories of, like, when he first... become the Doctor. So
it's essentially
his bodies.
It's just like a new body.
It's like a spirit transfer. Like his spirit moves into another.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's kind of neat. So if we were to begin watching this, where would you suggest that we kick in?
I suggest that you start with Matt Smith, who's my favorite Doctor.
Matt Smith.
I don't remember what the name of the series, what number series it is.
That's fine, because I can find it on Netflix.
You can Wikipedia that stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, before that, I think was David Tennant, who is actually really popular in America. A lot of the American audience loves him. Yeah. But I find him a bit annoying, especially in our version.
That was the guy that was on Walking Dead, right? David Tennant.
Walking Dead?
Governor?
No, he's not been in Walking Dead.
David Tennant.
Scottish.
He's in a lot of...
I'm wrong. I'm thinking somebody else.
He's been in movies.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Okay.
I can see him in my head, and I can't think of what movies he's been in. But...
Well, my geek cred just went way down because I...
Anyway. I watch it, though.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
I love time travel.
Yeah, I mean, it's got, like, a kooky sense of humor to it. It's very, like...
Very
BBC.
British. British humor.
Yeah, and I think actually the special effects are pretty good. Yeah. I mean, for the type of show it is.
It's a bit of fun, really.
Yeah.
I saw some earlier episodes, like way back. I guess when it first started,
Mhm.
and I thought it was kind of funny then, but I never like really watched it too much.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of BBC stuff though, so
Yeah.
I might be into that.
Gordon
Like,
Ramsay doesn't count.
No, I used to.
We
watch-
love Gordon Ramsay.
I
He's
love
awesome.
Gordon Ramsay
Yeah, he's
because I
awesome.
watched
I've got a bit of a
old
man
shows,
crush on
like
Ramsay.
old BBC shows I used to watch on PBS that used to come on, like Are You Being Served?
That's-
and
Yeah,
things
but
like
them,
that.
them shows were...
They were good shows.
Anyway. So,
I watch old shows.
okay, Tony. So what are you geeking out about?
Me, I just started geeking out about it this morning when you showed me the Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
It was like a trailer, I guess,
Mhm.
and not so, okay. Obviously, I'm geeking out about it because it has Back to the Future in it and the love of my life, Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown. But I did not know that they had Marty McFly, like Michael J. Fox, doing the voices.
Yeah, they're actually bringing everybody back. Like, they said that they have all the doctors from Doctor Who, the original people doing the voices on them.
Are they all still alive?
I don't know if they're all. Okay, so they may not be doing them
They
all.
must have
Maybe
taken
all the ones
them.
that are alive.
Whoever's
Yeah.
alive, they're
Yeah.
supposed to be having in. At least that's what the trailer suggested. That
Yeah.
they're pretty much. Although then again, they could take the voices in the clip and clip it together.
That's what, like they do with the movies.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's what I liked about it was that I think if they didn't have the original voices of people, I think that it wouldn't be as good of a game. I think
Yeah.
it'll be a lot more authentic for them having
yeah.
all of the voices of the people who played these characters.
Toby, what are you geeking out about?
I'm geeking out about the Uncharted 4 pre-order for the special edition.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I'm not sure how long ago it went up, but I only discovered it the other week. And basically, the limited edition pre-order for Uncharted 4 comes with a 12-inch Nathan Drake statue. It has the art book with it, and yeah, it's just a really cool like special edition thing. It's quite expensive. It's £120, which is much more than I'd ever spend on a game usually. But the figure itself looks really high quality, and it's 12 inch. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
So, and I think that will make a. I'm pretty much. It's pretty much guaranteed that game's going to be amazing. So, I thought worth splashing a bit of extra cash on it.
That's awesome. Myself, I'm geeking out because if you guys are listening to this now, as of today, I am actually not here right now. I am in Disney.
Ooh,
So I'm kind of geeking out about Disney, but there's a couple of things. Like, I'm going to be doing some vlogging while I'm in Disney, but I'm also going to actually use Periscope for the first time while I'm in Disney. And Periscope is kind of like live streaming. That's like instantaneous. So anybody that follows me on Twitter, if they download the Periscope app, they can actually, when I go live, they can watch me, whatever. So I assure you that you're going to want to see me when I'm on some rides.
Oh yeah.
Does that work?
yeah.
Does that work worldwide? Is that
Yes.
just in-
Yeah. Go on, look up Periscope.
Wow.
It's Periscope.
Definitely.
Just look up the app Periscope, and then you just follow me. Basically, it's a Twitter type. I think Twitter owns Periscope. So basically, all you do is you download the app, and then when you go and look at different people you can follow, it'll bring me up at the Geek Gurus, and then I'm going to click it, go live, different times of the day or whatever. And,
Definitely on rides though.
yeah.
I laugh so hard I can't even breathe.
yeah, because I
When
like,
he's on rides.
yeah, because I scream a lot.
He's like a
Yeah,
girl.
I look forward to that one.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I might have to try and like screen capture it somehow so I can
Yeah.
use it later.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get a kick out of it.
Funny.
So, all right. So at this point, we're going to move into what we are playing. Tony, we'll start with you this time. What are you playing?
Well, I blame this on Karina and Toby. I'm playing Minecraft on my PlayStation Vita,
Yes.
and this is why I love this game. I mean, I never thought I would play this game ever, but actually, after watching on your channel the Married Couple Playing Games channel, and you guys were building a house, and I was like, Oh my gosh.
You mean,
That's
you mean
like-
the house that Toby kept flooding out?
Yeah.
Ruining my carpet.
It just looked like so much fun, and I was like, that's all I want to do. I just want to build things. Like I don't ever play in survival mode yet. I'm probably going to, but it's so relaxing for me, like to build, and I build like my own villages and stuff. Like I spawn villagers and things by using like a little egg, because when you're in creative, you have everything. So I've made villages, and then I've made like big houses near the villages, so that I'm like the queen of the villagers, and I just love that game.
You just like playing God.
Oh.
Pretty much.
But here's the funny thing. Toby swears he's not a troll, right? He gets upset when you accuse him of being a troll.
I'm not.
But anybody, stop. But anybody that watches that married couple playing games and sees Toby like trolling Karina all the time, like every 2 seconds, and she's like yelling at him like, you're flooding out my base, you're flooding out my living room, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, and you see him doing it on purpose because
Yeah, it does it, Ian.
I also seem to remember when you were in Bobby's land and you put dynamite all in my house.
yes,
Yeah,
blew
well,
her house up.
I wasn't planning on blowing that up.
Yeah.
I accidentally blew a gigantic pit in the sand. And we made a lake out of it.
Yeah, it worked out.
It worked out in the end, but you know, yeah. So, Karina, what are you playing currently?
I'm playing Bayonetta 2 on Wii U at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm actually up to chapter 14 at the
That's
moment.
nice. Yeah.
Not far to go now, so
Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there.
yeah.
It's a good
Oh,
game.
cool,
It's a good game.
Yeah, I'm playing it on normal as well. The first game I played it on like easy automatic because I'm not
Yeah.
the best at games, but I thought
Yeah.
no, I'll give myself the challenge this time. But yeah, I love it. I just love like hack and slash games, things
Yeah.
like that. It's just amazing graphics on that
Yeah,
game.
that game is beautiful. It's a good
It
game.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And have
Bayonetta's
you-
one of my favourite characters.
So you played Bayonetta 1 as well?
Yeah, I played it on
Played
Xbox
it.
360.
Okay,
Beat that,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and now I've got 1 and 2 on Wii U now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we got the special edition. didn't we?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the double.
Yeah, I
pack,
download- I bought it. I downloaded it, and it came with 1 and 2. If you bought 2, you got 1 for free. And then I actually went and bought Wonderful 101
Mm.
afterwards, just to kind of give Platinum some money, because I felt
Yeah.
like all the work they did for Bayonetta 1 to remaster it and stuff, I felt like I owed them something after that.
Yeah, they
It was
didn't
so
have
good.
to do that, but
No, they didn't have to do that at all, and that was phenomenal. They went back and touched it all up and made it run better on the Wii U. Toby, what are you playing?
I'm just playing more Mario Maker. Like that's just, of course, it's taken over my life. So
Up currently right now, currently right now I'm playing Mario Maker a lot. Like, actually, before I did this video, this is the second podcast we're doing in a day. So we did an earlier podcast.
The illusion, Bobby.
What's that?
Well, the illusion.
Whatever. There's no illusion. So I did the podcast earlier, and then I proceeded to go downstairs and build another level in between the podcast. And I just finished a little bit ago and posted it and came back upstairs. So, but as of the future, when you guys are listening to this, if you're listening to this now,
This feels like time travel.
yeah, it's time travel. It's all, yeah.
This is the time travel episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
I should actually be playing Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I'm probably going to download it while I'm in Disney.
Is it what day is it out?
The 25th, it comes out.
Really?
That's the day we.
That's
that-
earlier
They
than
were
us.
there.
yeah, that's the day we leave for
I think
Disney.
ours is 2nd of October.
I thought it was the 13th of October.
Is it?
I don't know. No, you're right.
I'm
2nd
sure
of
it's
October.
early October,
Yeah,
yeah.
2nd of October. I think it comes out
Oh,
Let me
wait.
think.
because
What do you think?
we're
When-
it's the
when
day
did you-
before we go away.
When did you get Yoshi's Woolly World?
Oh, months ago.
Yeah, so I don't care. I get it 2 weeks before you. You're not breaking my heart over there. So with that, I kind of want to move into our first topic of the day. So Animal Crossing, everybody here plays it. I think Toby's probably the only one that's not like super into it, but
Toby.
I
He
used
might-
to be. I
yeah.
used
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to ask, the ladies first. What is it that you love about the series? Like, what draws you to Animal Crossing? Karina, we'll start with you.
I just like the quirky characters and, all the different things you can do. I love sort of looking for money, love shaking the trees and hitting the rock, trying to find that money rock. But yeah, it's just a really cool, quirky game, and I can pick it up anytime, just play it whenever I want. So yeah, that's why I like it.
And what about you, Tony?
I'm like Holly last week. She was last week on, yeah. And,
well,
was it last or 2 weeks
The
ago?
week before last.
A couple weeks ago.
If you're listening to this now, it's 2 weeks ago.
When Holly was on.
Yes, when Holly was on. Episode 8, we'll say that. Episode 8.
On episode 8, when Holly was on.
Previously on the Geek Cast episode. Yeah.
I like it too because of my anxiety, and for me, it's such a cute game, and it's just so easygoing. The music is relaxing. It's fun interacting with the animals, and you get attached to the animals too. And like, I have my favorites, and you have your favorites and stuff. And I get upset when they leave me or want to leave me.
Yeah.
So I like trying to get my characters, to get in my village, and I could play it all night. I can't even remember how many hours I put into it.
700.
Yeah, it was like 700 hours. I play it constantly when it comes out. And it relaxes me.
You know what the amazing thing is? That was my first experience with scalpers, was Animal Crossing New Leaf. Because, oh my God, because we were playing the game and people were selling villagers on Facebook.
Yeah, they were.
So, I had no idea.
Oh man, it was crazy. Like, we were in a bunch of Facebook groups. That's actually how we met. Shout out to our friends, Jason Thorpe, Joey, Anna, Amy. Like, we met them because what happened was we were in another Facebook group, and constantly what would happen is I'm going to throw one out there. Stitches was leaving someone. So what they would do is they would say, okay, Stitches is leaving. Bidding starts at 10,000 bells, and for like 2 hours or whatever,
people would be like 5 million bells. I'll give you.
They were just and because people were duping, and they were
cheating.
Duping. Do you guys know what duping is?
Like duplicating.
Yes, but do you know what it is in Animal Crossing? How it was working?
No.
Okay, so what it would be is, like, I would be there. I would come to your town, and then I would drop off whatever, right? And then as I was leaving, you would shut your Wi-Fi off at the ideal time. And when you shut it off, I would still have everything I dropped in your town, but you would have stuff in your town, all the stuff that I dropped.
Oh, okay.
They were
taking money bags.
Yes. So what they were doing, they were taking money bags, duping the money, and getting huge coffers of money, and they would just be set, So someone like me, who is kind of a purist, I try not to cheat per se. I don't time travel,
except for trying to get villagers to move into our village.
But that's not. I don't necessarily.
I don't think that's really cheating.
Like, I'm going out, because what'll happen is so in theory, what happened is they put them up for auction, and then someone comes to. If I was to win the auction, I would go to that person's town and talk to the villager, because when he was getting ready to leave and he was packing up or whatever, you go talk to him.
He had to be in boxes.
So when he's in, because a lot of times what they would do is they would come to you and say, I'm thinking about leaving on the 21st of the month. So you have an idea that they want to leave. So then on the 21st, you check back, they're in boxes, they're leaving. Then I would come in and I would talk to them. Now, when I talk to them, they say, like, hey, I'll come move in with you. And you're like, yes, come on over with me. And then, boom, next day, they're moving in. They're coming into your town. So these groups you had people that were just, like, hawking them, villagers. Like, they knew the favorite ones, and they were getting premium.
All right, so I got a couple of questions here, right? Mm-hmm. So, number one, would anyone ever steal a villager, like, not pay for them?
No.
Or would they have to, like, pay up front?
You have to pay up front, yeah.
What if they paid 5 million bells up front, but they never got the villager?
That's never happened, to my knowledge.
Right.
Because
Okay.
typically what would happen, well, first off, you got to have space in your village. So if you don't have the space, then it is what it is. So if I was to come in and pay and I don't have the space and they don't move in, people didn't care. They were like, okay, oh well, that's on you. You know, some people would work it out with you or whatever.
Right, okay. So there were. I'm trying to work out how shady this all really is, because it sounds really shady to me.
There was shady stuff at times. There was people that were straight up scamming, like they were getting the bells and not doing anything. Yeah, there was people that were.
But the thing is, like in the game, like I know you're the mayor and you pay for the public projects and stuff, but like when you've got that much money from selling these villages, like what becomes the point of the game at that point? Like you're not working towards anything.
That's where, to me, that's where the game kind of falls off big time. Is when you have unlimited funds, you can do anything. And that's to me where the game starts to become boring.
Yeah.
For me, this is me speaking personally. That's why I don't time travel. That's why I don't do. I keep the game very pure. So I try to keep it as pure as possible. Like any money that I got this last time was straight up by working with the turnips and selling fish and all that stuff. And
beetles.
Yeah, beetles. Like I would go. I basically turned my island into a money island. So once I had caught everything that I needed off the island, all the different bugs and fish, all the different bugs, what I did was I went and cut down all the trees in the middle. I dug up all the bushes. So this way it would only at night produce certain like 3 or 4 bugs, and most of them were beetles. So then I would just go in and catch all the beetles, go back home, sell them, come back. So I could potentially make
a lot of money.
About 500,000 bells on one trip to my island. Just because I manipulated the island so drastically and set it up so well.
The only thing that we'd have to do is like chase away those snails.
Yeah. There'd be little things that might be on the beach. You just chase them away.
Little roaches, the little
it was pretty easy.
Sand things, whatever.
So how good are you guys at catching sharks then?
I'm very good. What I do is I close my eyes, and I don't, because I learned that if you look at the screen, you could get tricked into hitting the button quicker. So I close my eyes and listen for the splash. And then when you hear the splash, you hit the button, you got them every time.
Must be where I'm going wrong. I've not caught one yet.
Oh, really?
I started doing what he did.
No, you got to close your eyes.
Hard.
Yeah. If you seriously, if you look at it, you'll miss it every time because you're trying to guess, you're trying to judge. So just all you do is close your eyes. And if you wear headsets, it's even easier because the sound is so perfected into what you're doing.
Yeah.
They also say like when you're trying to catch tarantulas or scorpions, to wear headsets because you can hear them scurrying around in the town. Where if you're just trying to walk around and find them, it's almost impossible.
What didn't I get this time? I couldn't catch a tarantula. I think I got the scorpion. I couldn't get the tarantula this time.
Why would you want to catch a tarantula?
Because what's cool is, this is what's cool. When you put them in the museum, the tarantula and the scorpion, they fight
each other.
Really?
It is so cool. It is so cool. Like, that's what, to me, like, when I first start the game, like, everything I catch, I take right to the museum.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Yeah, and I fill my museum up completely. And then I don't sell anything until I've caught everything the first time around.
Yeah.
It's turned into an Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Or a how-to thing. So we're going to push along. So with Happy Home Designer, how do you feel about this? Like, are you excited? You know, what has you excited about this release? Tony, we'll start with you this time.
I'm excited because I was really hoping for another Animal Crossing, like just the game. But then I saw this and I thought it was cool because obviously it's like Minecraft, how I just like designing things. So to me, to just be able to design their houses and it's fun. And then when I saw a commercial actually and it's showing how you can make restaurants and hotels and like different things, like the businesses. I didn't know you could do that until I saw the commercial. So now I'm like super excited. To me, it's just fun.
Yeah, because
with the designing.
when you start the game, the town square, basically what it did was it reminds me of City Folk. Did you play City Folk?
No.
No.
Okay, City Folk. What would happen is with City Folk, you would travel out to a city. And it was basically a town square. So you would go and there'd be a fountain. So pretty much when you played New Leaf, all that city that was up atop, like all the stores, it was a mixture of both. This one looks like the city in City Folk, but it's when you start, it's like New Leaf, where all the buildings are run down. And then as you do things, you can open up new businesses. And then they'll ask you to decorate them and set them up and all that stuff. So that's more or less where that's going. How about you, Karina? What's your thoughts on Happy Home Designer and all that?
I think Tony pretty much covered it, really. Again, like the design aspect of it, is really cool. Yeah, I didn't know anything about the shops and things that you could design. I think that's really good.
What about the Amiibo cards?
Oh yeah, the Amiibo cards.
Okay, so the Amiibo cards. Okay, so the Amiibo cards. My understanding is this: when you scan in a character, you can get that character to come to your town automatically. Where in the past, you'll still get characters that show up randomly, villagers that show up randomly, but in the past, you couldn't bring someone automatically. Now, with the cards, I can scan in and it will bring whoever that card is automatically, like maybe the next day or something like that, and they will be there. And you can also pick favorites, and the favorites will never leave. So they'll stay there for good, which is awesome to me, I think.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
The difference with this one, though, is the time is not true to life, where the other one, it's on par. This one, you do what you want to do throughout the course of the day, and then when you're done for the day, you go to your desk and sit down, and it goes to the next day.
I didn't know that.
It's like you're clocking out, kind of, for whatever.
That's cool. Do you know if the shiny Amiibo cards are gonna have any different effect in the game, or are they just visually?
That I'm not sure. That I'm not 100% sure. The one thing I do know is that the villager Amiibo, when you scan him in, it gives you a gold statue of the villager Amiibo.
That's cool.
So, and it's a decoration.
So it's like to collect them? You want to try and collect them?
Like, no, if I take the villager Amiibo,
right,
and I scan him in, his image, his Amiibo, will then go into the game, but he's a gold statue.
And you can use him as a decoration. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Toby? What's your thoughts on?
Well, all right. So I played a lot of Wild World on DS. That was when I started really getting into Animal Crossing. And then I played New Leaf, and that was like a dramatic step up, I think. Like, that was a really good evolution of the Animal Crossing formula. But what I really want is a good full Wii U Animal Crossing, that's got much more new features and stuff. And I think that having the design aspect is even though it's not that Wii U game that I want, because it's another 3DS game, rather than it just being another Animal Crossing on 3DS, it's exactly the same. I think they've done the right thing and given it a good, unique twist. And everyone loves designing and stuff, but what I found is when I play the New Leaf, sometimes it's hard to get the furniture that you like and to find it, because you either you have to get it in the shop or whatever, or you can order it, and getting your collection together is really tough. So I think that having this design aspect where you're the one designing people's homes, that kind of scratches that itch of having a complete collection and you can theme people's houses, and so I think that's going to be a really good aspect of that game.
Myself, I'm really excited for it. I love Animal Crossing. I played every iteration from the GameCube to the DS to the Wii to New Leaf. I've loved them all. City Folk, I was because I just felt like I
didn't like Wild World.
But Wild World and City Folk were pretty much the same.
Yeah,
they were identical games. It just didn't look as good.
I didn't like the DS at the time. I think that's why.
For me, I felt like, the original one was great. Then you had the second one, which was Wild World, and it was like some improvements. I just felt like City Folk was lacking in what it just felt like to me they just took the game, pushed it over, and there it was, and done. New Leaf to me was leaps and bounds above everything. It was funny because at the time people were like, well, how do you even get it to be, new and fresh? And I felt like they did that. They made it new and fresh. So for me, just the fact that I'll be able to play another Animal Crossing game, it's not the one I want. I, too, wanted a Wii U version. I wanted an HD version, especially after playing Mario Kart and playing the Animal Crossing track. Like, just to see that feel of an Animal Crossing village in a town in HD. And, it just really got me fired up to hope that they would put one out. I don't believe they are going to do one for the Wii U. I think they're going to just skip and go to the NX.
I think they will do one for Wii U.
I think it depends on when the NX comes out. If the NX comes out next Christmas, forget about it. It's not going to hit. It's never going to hit. It'll hit the NX.
I've got my reasons for thinking that, but we'll get to that.
But I mean, if it does, because I can't remember. I don't think we discussed it on. I know we didn't discuss it on the show with Image and Form when they were on a bunch of weeks ago, like a month ago or whatever. But afterwards, I had spoken to Julius, and I can't remember if you left at that point, Toby, or you were still talking with us. But he's an Animal Crossing fan as well, and he too was like, I don't understand why they didn't bring it to the Wii U because of that channel that they did. He's like, they made all the assets in HD. Why wouldn't you? How hard is it to make the village? And you're porting over basically all the items. It just depends upon what they were trying to do. They may still bring it out. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up because
I would like if they did it to put it on the Wii U to have it like Happy Home Designer, where you can actually place your villagers where their house is where you want them to go.
Yeah.
And decorate, because you can actually in this game, I saw also in that commercial where you can put like swimming pools.
Yeah, well, you could decorate the outside as well as the inside.
I want to do that on there too.
Now, Karina, question for you: when you played New Leaf, did you decorate did you decorate your town in terms of put paths down and things like that?
I've put an extra bridge in. I've got a clock.
You haven't actually put any floor tiles down?
Nothing like on the outside. No.
I did when I had it.
Yeah,
I did.
We both did. Tony more so than me because she was changing hers like every other week. And
I changed it for the seasons.
So, but for people that did that, the most annoying thing was you would have stuff set up, you would have your path set up perfectly, and then someone would move out, and then the next person would move in and go right in the middle of your paths or something. So for at least I know for myself, and I know for Tony, the aspect of being able to place people where they move in would be amazing. Now I know
I would like to design their houses to match my theme also.
Well, you can't do that.
I wish I could. But I'm just
saying, I mean, you could,
cool.
But the problem is they're not going to give you a high rating, and it's going to keep you from unlocking stuff. They're going to tell you what they're into, and you need to. And you got to.
I'm talking about if they did that, if they took that part of Happy Homemaker and put it on the like the Wii U.
Yeah, because Happy Home Designer, it's not an aspect of going around the town. You're basically going
just to the one person.
To the one person's house. You're not walking. My understanding, I mean, I could be wrong, but from my understanding, everything that I've seen is kind of you just pick the person you want to go visit and you show up at their house. Mm-hmm. You do control the outside, but the cool thing is I don't know if you know this, is you can actually control the season that's outside of their house. So if you want it to be wintertime, you can make it winter. If you want it to be summer, it can be summer. So that's kind of neat.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of weird though to have somebody that has like one guy has winter
Yeah,
and the
then
next
their
guy has
neighbor
summer.
is like,
But so with Animal Crossing, the Amiibo Festival, what are you guys thinking in terms of that? Like, does that pique your interest at all, or is that kind of like, eh?
I wasn't as excited at first when I heard about it, but I don't know, it might be a bit of fun, cool little party game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've just got to wait and see, find out a bit more about it, I think.
The thing is, that game hasn't had a lot of coverage. They haven't shown us a lot about it.
Yeah.
But from what I have seen about it, it looks like they've basically taken the concept of a board game and they've put it into a computer game.
Yes.
But in like the fact that like Mario Party, right, that is like a board game, but it has a lot of video game elements to it. So you've got your mini games where you're interacting and you're having a direct impact on the game.
Yes.
So what I've seen of this Animal Crossing game is that it is like you roll your dice, you move your characters, and it's like you pick up a card like you would in real life, and it says this happens, you lose this many bells. It's like Monopoly or whatever.
Yes.
And I just feel like it's going to get boring really quickly. Like it might still have the same charm of Animal Crossing and the same sound effects and that, but I don't think it's going to feel the same as playing an Animal Crossing, and it's not going to have the same fun factor of a Mario Party.
I'm kind of curious though, because you said something at the start was it kind of like they announced it and it kind of disappeared, fell off the radar. It reminds me in one aspect of Mario Maker. Mario Maker, they talked about it at E3. At that time, it was only Super Mario Bros. 1. They didn't go into all the changing of the skins. And then the next time you saw it, it was like a totally different game. There's been quite a bit of time since that original announcement, and I'm kind of wondering if by the time this game launches, if there's more stuff to it than we know.
What could they add to it? I don't think
that I'm not sure. I don't know, but
they could do mini games if they were themed around Animal Crossing. So you could have a fishing mini game or a bug catching mini game, but I think that they'd get boring quickly.
I mean, even if they did stuff like when you go to Tortimer's Island, like I don't know if you guys mess with that too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's like the rock smashing mini game. And
yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Like there was a bunch of mini games, and they were kind of cool. The mini games in the Animal Crossing New Leaf were kind of fun. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what they could do to change it. But it's just I don't know.
I wasn't when I first saw it. I was like, "What is this?" Like, I wasn't excited about it, so I never really followed up to read any more about it. But
the only thing
I've ever heard anything about it.
The only thing that got me excited about it was the Amiibo. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look cool.
100%.
I love Animal Crossing. I love Tom Nook. I love KK Slider. So for me, to get those Amiibo would be a must for me. Like when they announced Amiibo, not long after that was my thought was like, man, I want these Amiibo, which then makes me lend to wonder, like, will these Amiibo, the actual figures, have effects in Happy Home Designer? Like the Villager Amiibo does. And I'm sure they will. And what effects will that take? So that has me like excited. Like that part of it, like I really, really want to see that aspect and see what happens with it.
See, also, right, the fact that you're saying that you don't think there's going to be a Wii U Animal Crossing.
Yes.
But when you look at the trailers for the Animal Crossing board game, Amiibo Festival, like they have like a whole world already built in HD. Like I said, all the assets seem to be there.
Yeah.
So I think that they could take what they've done there and put it into an actual HD game.
Yeah.
And I think that the gamepad is a perfect fit because you could do elements from Happy Home Designer on the gamepad when you're designing your own home, and like you imagine like if you want to like move stuff around, dragging your stylus around, tapping on stuff like to make it rotate. Like it's just a no-brainer, really. I mean, unless the NX has a tablet controller, which it might do, but they could do it on NX. But
well, did you see that new IGN just
with the scrolly wheels on the shoulder?
Yeah. but it looked like there was a screen in the middle.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's just still.
yeah, it had two buttons, and it might not.
That's a long, deep rabbit hole to fall down into. Now, but if they were to say, hey, we're going to come out with a Wii U Animal Crossing, we're going to take New Leaf, Happy Home Designer, mesh them together. Here you go, HD. I'm for that. I'm fine with that. That'll be enough to scratch that itch and get me through until the next big new drastic change Animal Crossing comes. I just, I kind of felt like with City Folk, there was some stuff missing, and it just felt like it was rushed through, and I fell out of love with City Folk much quicker than I did with Wild World and with New Leaf. New Leaf, I played that game for a good year and a half.
You played the whole...
I played almost the entire year perfectly. I caught all the fish. When you got
back to the summer, it was like,
okay.
Yeah. What they really need is a game that you can play on your home console, and then you can take that with you on a hand.
Well,
I would love that.
Again with the NX stuff. So we all recognize the Amiibo and all that stuff. What are everybody knows what Toby and I think about Amiibo, and the one thing they don't know is what do our wives feel about our collecting? What do they feel about how much we got, what we do, all that stuff. So I'll start with you, Tony, because I don't want to put Karina on the spot right away. What's your take on Amiibo? What's your feel with Amiibo?
I like them. I like the concept of them. I like that it can bring new features into games that could otherwise get boring, like Mario Kart, how you could get different costumes or, different features and things. I like that.
I don't think Mario Kart can get boring.
Yeah, that's true. I like Mario Kart. But like any other game, it's nice to have it. It's kind of like a DLC, you just get something else. Like another aspect to the game. Yeah. So I like it for that.
Karina, what do you think?
Right. Well, I know Toby spent a lot of money on these Amiibo.
Yeah, straight in with the money.
Hey, I'm with her. Go ahead. Let me hear this.
If they didn't cost so much, or they weren't so hard to get hold of, I wouldn't have such a big problem about it. But I think they are good. They do help make games a bit more interesting, a bit more fun, and they are cute little figures. So.
But Toby knows where I'm going with this. But you have to open them, Toby, in order to use them. So Karina's for it, but her problem is that you do not use them. They sit in the living room. They get space in her house. You need to start opening them, put them in nice display cases like this back here.
Yeah, I think maybe playing with them, getting more use out of them, probably make their value worth more.
The problem is, right, is that I bought them in the mindset of a collector rather than a gamer.
Yeah.
Because if I was just buying them to use them, I probably wouldn't want to get them all. I'd probably just get the ones that I thought looked cool, and I'd use those ones. But because I bought them thinking, these are nice collector's pieces, they've got lovely box art, I'm going to keep them in the boxes, they'll retain their value. So then now I'm trying to get every single one of them. I feel like if I open one, that's my collection is suddenly incomplete because it's not perfect anymore.
Yeah.
I have a few doubles that I've opened and on some that I've done customs of, but
I'm only kidding. Listen, we go back and forth about this all the time. But my thing is only reason I get them is for the collector aspect. I have them in display cases. I viewed them as mini statues, and that was it. So, and Tony will tell you, my statue collecting, I take it very serious. I have a lot of statues in my back cave, and I go crazy for them. And for me, it was okay, now I get these mini statues of Nintendo characters that I can't get anywhere else. I can't get anything like it. I'm all for it. And honestly, I know for myself, I collect them because I like them. I think you got more into them, Tony. When she found out how difficult they were, it drove her insane.
I'm competitive, and I have to have it's like a competition for me to try to find them and get them, and because I can't believe for me to have gone to that GameStop and stood there for as long as I did, just like out of the blue, because I can't do that normally. I have to plan my things out because of my anxiety. I can't just up and go and leave and go somewhere. Yeah. So the fact that I did that.
Well, the funny thing was about me, a little bit. When for Christmas time, typically I'll give Tony a list of stuff I want. So 2 years ago, I believe it was 2 years ago. Yes, when Mario 3D World came out, and I said to Tony, "Get me that for Christmas," and I gave her a list of games to get me for Christmas. And it launched on November 21st, and I'm reading all these spoilers are coming out of the game and all this, and I'm going nuts because I love Mario games and I want this game and I can't play it. I'm going insane. So the next year, I said to her, "Listen, I'll buy any games because there's games I want. I'm buying them. You stay away from that. Like I want Smash and all that, so I'm gonna buy them. Get me these Amiibo. The only Amiibo I'm gonna buy for myself is Link because I kind of wanted to do a video about it and all that stuff, like how it worked in the game and all that. So, but all the rest of them, get them for me." And I was like, but my mindset was like, get me what you can get me. No big deal. Not
this
thinking
is before we thought that they were
not thinking they're going to sell out like they did.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like she's going to get me like 3 or 4, and that's fine. I'm like, okay, that's good. I'll open Christmas. I'll open 3 or 4. I'm good to go. 2 days after, they're sold out, and I'm going ballistic. Because I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know whether to go start buying them myself and buying them off eBay and collecting them, and that's like a month gap between when they launched to Christmas. And then not only that, Wave 2 hit just before Christmas. So now I was going nuts. I didn't know what to do. And then, thank God, she got me every single one in Wave 1.
They launched.
Yeah, Wave 1 and Wave 2.
I had so many villagers and Wii Fit trainers at my disposal. I could have bought them all and sold them, and I didn't know. I was so mad.
We could have been scalpers.
That's so funny because like your situation there is almost identical to mine. In that at Christmas, I was like, yeah, I like these Amiibo, but I'll probably just get a couple. Like, Corinne, get me some.
It was actually me that started his Amiibo obsession.
Yeah.
I actually bought him the Link and Zelda Amiibos for Christmas.
Oh wow.
And,
so it's my fault.
Yeah, and so I think I had about 4 or 5 at Christmas, and then January came around, and it was it like late January, I think, or early February?
We started realizing.
And then and that's like when we was like, hang on, these are like really hard to get hold of. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I should start collecting these because you see how much they're going for on eBay and all that. Like, it might be a good idea. And then in one night, I think I spent about £600 nearly, like just because I bought the whole lot. Like it was like Wave 1, 2, and 3 or whatever all at once.
Oh,
and I paid a bit extra on some of them as well.
Oh, no kidding! £600. Well, that's like almost $700 for us.
Yeah, I mean, overall now I've spent over £1,000.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Well, I got him. I got you all of that I could, and then the Punch Out guy came out. What the heck is his name? Little Mac. And I know he loves Little Mac. I know he likes Punch Out. And I was so determined to get him Little Mac for Christmas. And I actually went on eBay and I bought 3 of them. I can't remember. And I got mad at you because
you bought me.
It was Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Little Mac for like $70.
You bought me Marth.
Yeah, I got Marth.
No, I'm sorry. It was Zelda, Little Mac, and Zelda, Little Mac, and Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
And I bought Diddy Kong myself.
I was so mad at
him.
Yeah,
she was mad.
And that's when he knew that I had got
one Amiibo, and I ruined Christmas, apparently.
I was so mad. I'm like,
so
no,
what?
I wanted to get them off for you.
And I was like, it's no big deal. But, so my question is Karina, if you had your choice, and you said to Toby, enough's enough, what is your tipping point? Like, where do you draw the line and say, okay, like, do you say to him, like, after you've collected Smash, done, or do you say you can keep going? It is what it is. I'm cool with it. Like, is there do you in your mind you have a tipping point where you're like, okay, we got to stop this?
See, I'm not too sure. Probably soon, I'd say. I mean, because they just announced like the Animal Crossing amiibo.
I'm gonna let you
I
open
like
them.
them.
we're gonna open the Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I
ones.
think we're gonna open them ones, but I don't know. I think it's getting a bit tough with money at the moment, so I think it'll have to stop soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, the amount of money I spent on these amiibo, like, we could have gone to Paris for an extra week probably.
Yeah.
So, and it's like when Karina knows that, she starts to get angry.
I stress a lot about money. I'm terrible.
What about you, Tony?
I don't know, cause I mean, we've always been like he has his spending money, and then I have my spending money, and he jokes around with me and says that, you know, when I buy stuff, or, you know, he'll make a joke and like, you don't even need that, you know.
Well, it's true. You don't need the 15 pocketbook.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. And the 16 colors of shoes. Somebody seen shoe in 5 different colors. What's the point?
You don't really. I mean.
No, it's fine.
But honestly, I think that even though if it's your money and you're buying them, still, I think it's a waste. Like if they become like repeats, like how they have the gold and the silver Mario. Like if they came out with another Mario that looked exactly the same, except maybe just a little color variation, then that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of the ones, like the giant yarn Yoshi, that's going to be like £40, which is like the cost of a full price game over here, and it's like, I'm not paying £40 just for a bigger version
when
of
you have 3 of them.
Yeah.
But Karina, do you want the Mega Yarn Yoshi?
A part of me does, but I'm happy with the little ones. I think they're fine.
Come on, you don't want that big stuff?
No.
We've got a real life Yoshi. We've got a real life Yoshi down there.
You don't like Yoshi? I mean, you named your dog Yoshi. What are you talking about? You don't like Yoshi that much?
No, Yoshi's the best.
What about Amiibo cards? What's your stance on that, Karina?
Well, seeing as I'm going to be getting the Amiibo card album with my new
which you're not getting, Bobby.
I probably will start collecting them, but I think I'm going to get a bit frustrated with getting so many like duplicate cards because those packs are just random.
Yeah.
So I might get a bit frustrated with that, but I'll try and collect them.
I think Karina's going to get hooked on the cards and trying to fill in her album.
That might be my little collection.
That's why they're having the album, so people can become obsessive about it.
Yeah.
Well, and know this, Karina. Know this. Both myself and Tony fully intend on collecting the cards.
Yeah.
Like, both sets.
Like separately.
Yes. So, so if we get double.
Separately?
What's that?
Why do you want them separately? Why can't you share a collection?
We don't do that. We don't share very well.
We're competitive.
Yeah, because I want to have what I want.
I want to get something that he wants really bad first.
Because truthfully, this is what we thought. This is the way we thought was. You're going to get duplicates.
Yeah.
You should be able to make 2 sets with because they're blind packs. It's not like you're buying what you want, you know. So if we get duplicates, we can wholeheartedly we could trade with you.
And we're like big into like trading. When we were kids.
Yeah, like like when I was
kids.
like I collected baseball cards.
Right?
Do they have Garbage Pail Kids over there?
No. Pokemon cards.
No, with Pokemon cards and stuff, But I think that the people that want to collect them all, like you say, they're going to get loads of duplicates. I think these duplicates are going to end up dirt cheap on eBay. So like at the moment, it's roughly they cost about £1 per card over here. But if people suddenly get 10 of each card when they're trying to complete their collection, they're going to be selling them for like 50p on eBay. So
I think you're mistaken. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see people selling like rare cards for
the rare ones.
Yeah,
the shiny rare ones might.
I think we're like just like Pokemon went through.
Yeah, but I think like the standard ones, like people are going to people aren't going to want them laying around the house. They're going to want to get rid of them.
Yeah. Now, I think that I just want to check something real quick because today.
See, I didn't buy any today.
Yeah.
You did.
Today they went up for pre-order at Walmart, and I want to see if they're still up for pre-order.
Is it only at Walmart?
Right now, that's the only one that's up. They're still up for pre-order.
Oh, okay.
So
they're not.
when we get done, because the 3 packs that I bought, they're mine.
Yeah.
Don't think you're touching them. Don't think you're getting any
I
of
want
them.
the book.
If you, that's fine. But listen, I'm just telling you, if I get duplicates, you're not getting them. You want them, you need to trade. Just don't even look at them. Don't eyeball them. Don't do nothing. Like if you want
Don't even look at them.
Wait till I get Bill.
that's different. You get Bill and we'll talk. But otherwise, but they're $5.96 here, and I think they, if I'm not mistaken, there's 6 in a pack. When we get them, I think you guys are only getting 3 in a pack.
Yeah, 3 in a pack, but 1 shiny per pack, so we'll have more shinies than you.
I could care less about shinies.
So you can get a pack and not have a shiny one?
No,
I think we're gonna get shinies. I don't know, but my thing is I expect completely that if the book becomes available separately over there, Toby, you better get me one. If you don't, I assure you,
I'll keep an eye out.
Why don't we get anything good over here?
Don't get me started on that, please. I'm trying not to use profanity. There's 1 hour a week that I do not curse, and it's during this show. Okay, so please don't push me to profanity. I already want to punch Reggie Fils-Aimé in the throat as many times as I possibly can. So, okay, so we're done with that topic. We're going to move on. At this point in the show, we kick into a little game that Toby likes to play called Get Your Facts Straight.
You like to play it as well, Bobby. Don't act like you don't.
I like to play Know Your Facts, but apparently I got yelled at for calling it the wrong name one week. And Toby had to correct me.
I think Get Your Facts Straight sounds better.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. Don't agree.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
It's fine. I mistakenly called it Know Your Facts one week. And he like, why are you
all the time?
He's like, why are you calling it that? And I'm like, that's what it's called. It's like, no, it's not. Like he got all like indignant with me and stuff.
He had it written down and everything.
I did. Whatever.
I'm not surprised at all.
Paper, rock, scissors, man. Don't crap.
It's rock, paper, scissors.
So the way we're going to do it this episode, normally it's an individual, but Toby went and gave Karina his thing, so she knew. He was trying to cheat, basically.
No,
he thought,
was clear his instructions prior.
So he didn't want me to win, so he basically cheated beforehand, but we caught him in it, and we changed it up, and we're going to do it teams now, as opposed, because Toby really hates to lose. Like, he gets shut out and stuff. He starts to cry and stuff, so.
Which ones of mine are true?
So for those that are new to the show and have never heard how this goes, basically what it is we will take turns reading off facts. Typically, it's an individual thing. So, like, I would read it, and then the 3 of you would have to say true or false. But the way we're doing it now is Toby or Karina will read a fact, and then you and I have to determine whether it's true or false.
Okay.
But we're working as a team.
Yeah, so you have to agree with each other. That makes it more interesting.
Oh.
So
who has the deciding vote on it though?
Yeah, I think you're going to have the harder time than I will.
Well, that's why you both got to argue until you both agree.
Yeah, well, guess what? So we will start with I never go first. I'm going to read the first fact. So Kirby. When Kirby was created, Mr. Miyamoto wanted Kirby to be yellow, but creator Sakurai wanted Kirby to be pink. Arguments ensued, and it took very long for them to determine that Kirby would become pink. But in the meantime, because they were arguing, Nintendo said, forget it. And on the original Game Boy box art, that's why Kirby is white. True or false?
I'm annoyed because I know this, but it's been a while since I thought about it, and my mind is like foggy, and Bobby's like making it foggier with his the way he's worded that.
The way I worded it how it is.
You like, you know, he wanted it yellow, he wanted it pink. They couldn't decide. Then it was white, and it's like, I don't know about that. I think there must have been a different reason.
I couldn't imagine him being any other colour. Don't know why they would want.
The thing is, right? He was white on the box art, but he was yellow in the game, right? In the first game. Is that right, Bobby?
I don't know. You gotta tell me.
Hang on. What's the first game? A Game Boy game?
Get your facts straight, Toby.
Is it a Game Boy game that we're referring to?
I don't know. I'm not telling you. I can't.
No,
I gave you the fact. You have to tell me.
Called?
That's up to you. I don't know what to tell you.
You said it. I just wasn't paying attention.
It's true or false. I don't know the name of the game. I just know it was the first game he was in.
The first game. Oh my god. I think he was white on the box because it was on Game Boy, and they didn't know what color it was. It was only until the SNES game or the NES game that they made him pink.
So you're saying my fact is false?
Yes, I'm going to say it's false.
You are wrong.
Oh my god.
Sakurai created Kirby. He wanted Kirby to be pink. Miyamoto wanted Kirby to be yellow. They were arguing the colors, and it was getting close to launch time, and Nintendo had to start making the boxes and all that stuff. So Nintendo just said, forget it. In the game, it's black and white. It's a Game Boy game.
Yeah, you failed to mention it. You knew what game it was.
I told you originally I did say Game Boy game.
I don't know what game it was.
Originally I did say Game Boy game, but I didn't repeat it because I didn't want you to catch on to
Why wouldn't you repeat it? You said it in the fact in the first place.
It doesn't matter. I said the first game. You should know the first Game Boy. You're just upset because you got it wrong.
Oh,
so,
no, that's
Toby
dirty tactic.
And Karina, 0. But anyway, they said that's why when you play like Smash or you play other games, sometimes Kirby will turn yellow as like an homage or something to Miyamoto. As like, then that's why you'll see him pop up yellow occasionally. What is your first fact over there?
Karina, you can read your fact out. I'm too angry to speak.
What's the matter? The troll got trolled and he's upset. Is that the problem?
No, I just feel gypped.
How you feel gypped?
Because you omitted important information from you.
I didn't omit anything. I said it the first time.
The second time when I actually asked you about it.
Well, you asked what game. That's what you said. And I didn't know the game. I just knew the first game. I didn't know the actual title of the game. So, sorry, Toby. Right. Plus, I said when he was created. So, of course, it's the first game.
Now, so, you better be quiet and you better pay attention.
Go ahead, Karina.
All right. The company Capcom got its name from its parent company, Capsule Computers.
That is, I think it's true. You're just going to say whatever I think because you don't know.
Much. I don't know.
It's true.
Why do you think it's true?
It doesn't matter why I think it's true. I think
you gotta change your answer before it's too late.
Huh? I think it's. You're not going to trick me up. I think it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
We are ahead. Tony?
I was going to change that. I was going to tweak it to a different name.
Yeah, well, guess what? Go ahead, Tony. Read your first fact.
Okay. On the original NES, it came with a zapper gun. And it was gray at first. Nintendo felt that color was too boring and not appealing to children, so they changed it to orange and gray. True or false?
I think we're going to go with false on that one.
It is false.
And you know why they changed it? Because it looked too much like a real gun, and they thought it was going to be inappropriate to children.
Yes. The U.S. government changed it?
The federal government changed it, made them change it to orange. Now, I have an original gray gun.
Yeah, I got the orange one right up there.
Really?
The orange one, because I got my Nintendo when it first came out. So I've the gray gun.
I've got an
Really
orange one.
Toby, go ahead. What's your next fact? What's your first fact?
Okay. How many facts are we doing here?
We're doing 2 each. So
Two each.
You
So
do 2,
four.
Karina does 2, 4, yeah. 4.
Okay, right. All right, so after World War II, South Korea banned importing Japanese products.
Wait a minute, World War II?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right.
This is.
And listen, right? This
I'm not 90 years old, man.
This is important, Bobby.
Yeah.
So they stopped importing Japanese products at that point.
Mhm.
But Nintendo and Sega and all the other companies that were around, they still wanted to sell their electronic products in South Korea. So what they did is they sold the license for them to be made in that country. So other companies would pick up their license and manufacture and sell it in South Korea, but to like sort of hide it, they gave it a different name. So the Nintendo Entertainment System in South Korea was called a Gamdimshon rather than a Nintendo Entertainment System.
I'm going to say false.
I was gonna say false.
And why do you think it's false?
You tell me if I'm right or wrong, and I'll tell you why afterwards.
Oh my god. All right, I made that name up, but it did have a different name.
Okay.
I was gonna say I think it just had a different name.
It was called a Convoy.
Convoy. See,
Yeah.
because my thing was where you messed up was this, in my mind, because you were saying the NES, and in Japan it was the Famicom, so that would have no.
I was just trying to make it easier
It's-
for you
but-
to understand, Bobby.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
If it was the Master System, I still would have called it the Master System because that's how I know it.
Well, that's fine, but I would have called it the Famicom. So that's just. It doesn't matter why I thought it. It matters that I got it right and you got it wrong. I don't know.
Why do I keep losing?
All that matters is the score is 2-1.
Oh my god.
Kind
And
of
it was Hyundai that was selling the NES as well. How weird is that?
Who?
Hyundai,
Who's that?
the car manufacturer.
Oh, really? Really? You mean Hyundai?
Hyundai.
We call it Hyundai.
It's Hyundai.
What?
It's Hyundai.
Hyundai.
It's Hyundai.
Hyundai.
No, it's Hyundai. Anyway, Animal Crossing originally in Japan had a shrine in it that was supposed to be included in the American and European version of the game. However, when Christians in the United States heard, they started writing letters to Nintendo threatening to boycott and protest. Being it was going to be like a new IP in the United States, Nintendo scrapped the idea of the shrine and pulled it from the game. True or false?
See, I know that they've always been funny about religion, but that was like mainly in like the NES era. It's like they wouldn't have crosses in games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Americans can be quite crazy when it comes to religion. So I feel like that could be a legitimate thing that they would complain about. What do you think? The thing is, like, I don't know.
With you, I have
The thing
no
is,
idea.
I don't think a shrine is that offensive, really.
I don't know. There's a lot of like things in games that can offend people. So I don't know. I think maybe they could have been offended.
You think it's true?
Possibly. I don't know. Go with what you think.
No, you can't just put it on me, Grima. I've been getting them wrong, remember?
All right, go through then.
Well, you both said true. You both
but
basically said
part of
true.
me thinks that you want it. You want me. It's false.
No, I don't want you to pick. I want you to pick what you think
it's
it
false.
is.
It's false, Bobby.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah, it's false.
Yes, good.
Well, it's true to some degree, but I added some stuff to it. Christians didn't mount a protest or anything like that. Nintendo prior was afraid that something like that would happen because they felt like it was going to be too spiritual or too religious, so they pulled it. They pulled the shrine.
I could see Americans doing that though.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of playing off of that because you know, I wanted you to go with it. So,
Tied.
Karina, your turn.
Oh, hang on.
Find one.
Is this our last one?
No, you got one more too.
All right. Can you read that?
Right. Writing is terrible.
Sorry, darling.
That's what I said earlier.
Oh dear.
He writes like a
So
5-year-old.
I know, it's terrible.
just try
It's
and
so
read it.
tiny.
Don't read. Just read that. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you're probably just
Oh my
best to
God,
read
right,
it.
okay.
I can't read his writing. It's
So-
terrible.
It's bad. He tried to show me earlier. He's like, "Here, write this down." I'm like, "I can't read that."
So
Okay.
the Game Gear was the first console in space. It spent 196 days in space before it was sold in a charity auction.
False.
Tony?
Well, that was quick. I'm gonna go with false, I guess.
All right, it wasn't a Game Gear. It was
Thank
a Game
you.
Boy.
It was a Game Boy. I know it was. Say
God.
it. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Oh, dear.
Thank you.
Could have been a Game Gear.
The minute you said Game Gear, you were done.
He's
You
a
were like
Russian cosmonaut flipping took it up in space. It could have been anything. It could have been a Tamagotchi.
You're wrong. That's the conviction that I had that you were wrong.
I'm surprised they don't have that in the Nintendo store displayed.
I know that. You know what? That does shock me because they have.
Sold for
They
a
have
charity.
another one.
They're not going to take it back, are they?
Why not? The Orange County Choppers does that all the time. They'll do a bike for charity, and then they'll buy it back when it's over.
All right,
So-
fair enough.
They don't take it back, but they could have bought it back because they have the original. They have a when you go to the Nintendo World Store, they have a Game Boy there that was in the Iraq War that
Oh yeah.
was caught in an explosion, and it still works and
works,
stuff. And it's
yeah.
in the display case. Okay, Tony, what's your next fact? Make it good so these
Okay.
losers can
I
go
don't
away.
know.
We've already lost, haven't we?
No, because you got to read one too.
So
You have to read one. So if
We've got 1 point, right?
you got 2.
Really?
You got 2, we got 3. So
Okay.
you need to get this right in order to just
Okay.
stay tie.
Okay.
1776,
Oh,
Toby. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
let's
This is part 2 of 1776.
There's a lot riding on this, isn't there?
Yes, it is.
okay, let's see. A maintenance man who worked for Nintendo created the Game Boy.
What does that even mean? A maintenance man?
Like a janitor.
A janitor, someone that cleans up.
custodian.
Yeah, but what? He just came in one day and made a Game Boy.
No, she's saying that
He
janitor
was-
that worked at Nintendo
Yeah.
was the one that came up with the idea and
for a
created
Game Boy.
the Game Boy.
He come up with the idea, so he might not have like designed it, just like the idea of it. It's possible.
You really think that? So
I don't know. It's possible. I mean, anyone can come up with an idea for
it's
something,
false.
can't they?
False.
says false.
Mhm.
False.
It's actually true.
Wait a minute. Right.
No, wait, go ahead.
And
She's gonna back it up with facts.
I
All right. So Gunpei.
Gunpei Yokoi,
Yeah.
or whatever his name is,
He wasn't a janitor at the time.
he was a maintenance man in the 60s. Or the
Right.
in the 60s at
Right. Okay.
the card where they made the cards, like when they did the playing cards.
Yeah.
He was working on machinery, so he was maintaining the machinery. And the president of Nintendo at the time came in, and he saw that he had made this handheld type of game. And that was the inspiration for the Game Boy. And he also created the Game & Watch, the virtual boy.
Prior to the Game Boy, he made the Game & Watch. They made multiple Game & Watches,
Mhm.
which sold millions, and
But
then
the-
they made the Game Boy.
But
He
the thing that
wasn't
Toby.
he wasn't a janitor at the time.
Toby.
The way you worded it,
It doesn't
Toby.
matter. You lost.
No,
You lost.
that is well cheating.
Listen, all I know is this: is Karina said
She
It
said
could be true.
It could be
Yeah.
true.
I believe it could be true, and you were like, "Nope, it's false."
Right,
So
okay.
you lost.
So that means.
So that is all,
The
everybody.
Bin Man
Thank
in
you
Nintendo
for
has got
watching.
no
If
DNF.
you watch this, listening, if you listened on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, that noise you're hearing is Toby frustrated and defeated. 1776 Part 2 just happened. And you can check me out. I am on Instagram, Twitter at the Geek Gurus. I'll speak for Toby because he's a little swollen right now. You can follow him on Twitter at Toby's_take. Karina, where can people follow you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Karina's Fancies and on my Facebook page, Karina's Fancies.
And Tony, where can they follow you at?
I am on YouTube as The Working Housewife, and I am on Instagram and Twitter at TWH Tony, and I'm also on Facebook at TWH Tony.
Toby, are you okay?
I'm robbed.
That is all. Peace, mother.
Bye.